Hello race fans and welcome to Gravity Throttle Racing and the beginning of group races, the top 64 of the Braggin Wagon tournament. My name is Aaron Take and my co-host is Richard Gear.
And race fans, you gotta hand it to some pretty exciting racing in the sudden death tournament. A big shout out to Fat Dad. But you know what? We've got 4 drivers ready. And here they are. Let's get to know them better.
You're looking at Puffs Racing from Massachusetts. He's driving an Audi Avant, and across the top are the seed, the qualifying time, and the weight distribution. Now here, the 25 seed, Cash Money Boys Elliot Escher will be driving an AMC Eagle. And his weight distribution is a little tail heavy. Johnny Smoke from SST Diecast in South Carolina, driving a Subaru STI station wagon, the number 41 seed. Finally, the number 57 seed from Roberts Diecast, Emmanuel Roberts will be driving an Audi Avant, close to a 50-50 weight distribution.
The first race is about to begin. There will be 8 races in all. And race fans, these first 4 will be without the train. They are off and over the creek jump. The outside lanes are looking good, Puff and Emmanuel. And here comes Cash Money Boys. Oh, Elliot Escher flips his AMC over. Now take a look here on the main lanes as Emmanuel has the lead coming around and onto the runway. Here comes Johnny Smoke, and Johnny Smoke is just pouring it on right past him and around the big U. Johnny's looking good on the scrambler, and he's coming through. Nicely done. Emmanuel takes second place, and here comes Puff coming down. Puff will take third. The first race, put a bow on it, and stick it under the tree.
Let's follow the action here on the instant replay package. Are you tracking? What a nice drift by Emmanuel. Elliot Escher is down there on the Joker lane, turned upside down. Now Puff overdrifted, and that slowed him up. And then, take a look at Johnny Smoke with a beautiful straight line taking the lead. Let's go now to the score after the first round. Johnny Smoke has the lead with 4.
Now the drivers have rotated in their lanes. It is Puff and Elliot Escher closest to us. There they go. There goes everybody. Elliot's got a lead. Oh, but he's flipping over again, and there goes Johnny. Belly up and turtling it over. It's a 2-horse race. Emmanuel's looking very solid on the drift once again. Here comes Puff with that speed. Here they come around, and Puff has the lead. That speed, his speed, his qualifying time was a clear indication that as the number 8 seed, he was going to take advantage, and here he comes. He's coming through, nicely done, a first place finish. There we have Emmanuel taking second.
And race fans, we talk a lot about consistency and how consistency wins. Here we see Elliot just catch an edge, flip the car over, and once again, finding himself upside down. Now Johnny, the same thing. Snow is really treacherous today, it must be, but watch this. What an amazing drift by Emmanuel. Take a look again in slow motion. Just a thing of beauty. It's great to see him do well, and oh my goodness, look at that. We had some debris on the track. It didn't slow Puff down at all. We'll get that removed. Now after 2 races, Puff and Emmanuel are tied for first place.
Well, for Elliot and for Johnny Smoke, they're on the outside lane and they both DNF'd. Especially for Elliot, it's time to make it happen. He's got the lead on the outside. Puff is right there at his shoulder. Here comes drifting a little bit over, but twirling around nicely. Now Johnny is caught. He's back there a ways. Elliot Escher is just pouring it on. Here comes Puff, and here comes Emmanuel right after him. There's Johnny. Nicely done around. He's gonna, oh no, that's a big crash. Oh, I hope he's okay, but he's up again. And, oh wow. Who knows who took first, second, or third? We know that Johnny took 4th.
Well, and Richard, that's one of those races where they were gonna scrap it out. Let's review it one more time with the instant replay. Now, Johnny overdrifts. And he does manage to keep going down the mountain. And as we close in on the finish, it is Elliot Escher taking first. And it will be Emmanuel taking second, Puff in third, and Johnny Smoke in 4th. Nobody is out of it as we're heading to the last race before halftime.
There's the green light, and once again, Elliot Escher has a great start. Johnny has rolled it over again. And look at Puff pulling out into the lead on the main lane. What a nice drift this time. He's got a sizable lead. Out there by himself. No one in sight, and he's looking good. Boy, he's got a nice straight line around the big U, heading toward the scrambler now. Spinning around, coming through comfortably in first place. Oh my goodness, and Elliot Asher has tipped over on the scrambler, leaving Emmanuel in second.
Well, and race fans, I'm sure it's very frustrating for Elliot as he pulls out in the lead once again. Look at that beautiful start. Johnny is flipping it over. It seems like he's had some tough luck so far. Let's take a moment and watch this incredible drift by both drivers. Do you see what's going on with Elliot Asher back there? Watch once again.
Okay, look at this.
Elliot is just timing this so well.
That's just beautiful.
Now as they come around to the finish, watch Elliot hit the scrambler and no can do. The score after the 4 rounds of racing puts Puff and Emmanuel tied for 12. Johnny and Elliot have some work to do.
Halftime is coming up with a brand new competition. Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys. Welcome to the first edition of Beat the Train.
Richard, Billy wanted me to call it the Bloodthirsty Demon Train.
Oh, for crying out loud. Why do we need to be so emotional and dramatic about it?
Well, Richard, look at the train.
That train is pretty fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught in front of it.
Okay, and look at we've already lost Baby Shark. Those guys better hurry up. We've got Ditos and we've got Blackie Mutton ahead. Here they go.
Yeah, oh, well, the train got stuck there.
They're ahead of the train, all right. Oh my goodness, here it comes.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Ooh, wow.
Managing to stay ahead.
Blackie Mutton's on the other side.
All right, Ditos made it, and Blackie Mutton, they made it past the train.
Yeah, that scared me.
That was pretty scary, yes.
Well, then naturally, we need to call it the Bloodthirsty Demon Train. Just look what it does there. Just about takes our start sign down.
Oh, wow.
And then proceeds to land over the creek jump better than some of the racers.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Aaron. I agree. The train just shaved off the tree, and look at Blackie Mutton just forget to drift. Boy, wasn't he lucky to get back on track, and those guys look like they're running for their dear lives. And oh my, that train, that is really scary.
Yeah, that is one scary train that weighs over 300 grams. And I'll tell you what, if you don't qualify in our race, you get to play our version of Hunger Games.
Okay, but I'm just not sold on the idea of naming it the Bloodthirsty Demon Train.
You don't feel that vibe, huh?
I gotta get back to this race. All right, so on the outside lane, we have Puff. There's the green light, and it is Emmanuel right next to him. Puff is dropped behind, and it is Elliot that has the lead down the Joker lane. There's a great drift by Emmanuel. Now, Emmanuel will get a chance for extra points, and he collects 3. It looks like he has a little trouble, and Elliot Asher has just listened to that V8. Yes, he does have a V8 in that AMC Eagle. Oh, and he crashes again on the scrambler. I think that suspension is just too tight. Guess who comes in first place, pardon me. Oh, Johnny Smoke takes second, Puff takes third.
And race fans, we'll go back here to the instant replay. Are you tracking? Emmanuel is who we need to be tracking. That is a gorgeous drift. Now, Puff is a little more aft-loaded, and you see him overdrift. There's 3 points by Emmanuel. Puff unfortunately misses the train, and the rules in this competition are that he will not get any. Look at Johnny Smoke come in and tag Emmanuel right there. Gorgeous train view. He comes down onto the scrambler, as we'll see here. He's taking the lead around the big U. Elliot Asher has crashed, and Johnny picks the wrong line. So, after 5 rounds of racing, a first place finish for Emmanuel Roberts will give him the lead by 5.
If Puff had just held his line during the drift, he would have crossed that train with at least 2 points. But now he's 5 behind. He's got the inside lane. There goes Elliot Asher. He's got the lead. Johnny's in second place. And Johnny is having trouble, and so is Emmanuel. And Puff is taking advantage. We don't see the other drivers right now, as Puff, once again, with his speed, he's well ahead of the others. I can't even tell who's back behind him. He spins around, and Puff will come through for first place. And here comes Emmanuel Roberts, parallel parking in reverse for second. That is it.
Let's begin the instant replay here. Johnny Smoke and Emmanuel both have some issues. Emmanuel manages to escape. Johnny, however, just can't get a move on and has stalled. Now let's watch carefully here as Elliot comes around. We saw this with one other driver during the time trials. He high centers it and crashes. There's 2 points by Emmanuel Roberts. So once again, a second place finish, 2 more points, and he is now 6 points in the lead over Puff.
Time is running out for Puff. He's going to have to finish here. Now he's in lane 2. He's going to have to finish ahead of Emmanuel. And Emmanuel's consistency is what is putting him in the lead. Oh my goodness, and Puff is out. He's caught the edge in the snow. The snow has been giving him troubles. There's a little bit of tangle up going on, but Elliot Asher and Johnny Smoke are just pouring it on. Emmanuel's a little further back, but it really doesn't matter a whole lot now. As we see these 2 drivers, boy, they're fast, and Elliot has crashed once again, and Johnny Smoke is going to push him on through. Now that's teamwork.
Well, that is just too bad for Puff. Emmanuel Roberts, certainly not the fastest time in the competition, but the most consistent, and consistency today prevails. We still have one more race. You see some struggling going on with Elliot Asher on the scrambler today, Johnny Smoke overdrifting some, Puff having moments of just sheer excitement, followed by some mistakes. Ahead by 8 points is Emmanuel Roberts, with one last race remaining. Now, Emmanuel, if he DNFs and Puff gets 4 points and 4 over the train, we could have a tie. So here we go.
And Elliot comes out once again with the lead. They're all looking quite smooth. Look at Puff pulling out into the lead, and Johnny Smoke is challenging. Oh, Puff overdrifts. And now it's Elliot Asher with the lead coming over the train with 2 points. Puff is not able to get the 4 points he'd hoped for. Here comes Johnny Smoke. Look at that straight line. And he just rips it right past Elliot Asher. Elliot's going to flip over and scoot along like a boat. He is stuck. And guess who comes into second place? And third place will go to Puff. Wow, what a finish.
Well, let's go back one more time to the instant replay. Are you tracking? And here on Mesa Butte, Puff continues to struggle with some control issues. Elliot Asher is in reverse, but there goes Puff's opportunity to collect 4 points. He does get 1, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Oh, and did you see that? Let's watch again. Look over on the right side of the screen as Puff swipes by and just takes out some bushes. He does manage to keep going, though. Johnny Smoke pulls a nice straight line even down the scrambler, comes in for first place. Johnny Smoke took first in the first race and first in the last race. But it is Emmanuel Roberts with 29 points taking the victory.
In race 5, Emmanuel Roberts won the race with a 27.778. He is now the first of what will be 16 drivers in the Sweet 16. We want to take a minute and thank Cash Money Boys, SST Diecast, and Puffs Racing for being a part of this wonderful wagon tournament. The random number generator picks 14. That will be our next group, and there you see them. Please give it up for HP Racing, Swerve and Herb, Cloaked After Dark, Fool's Errand Racing, and Grumpy Cloud Racing.
Race fans, are you tracking?